Hello and welcome to Die Rollin, and today I'm going to be unboxing Warhammer Quest Cursed City, Heroic Quest in the Doom City of Ulfenkan. I was a big fan of Blackstone Fortress, so I'm very excited to give a go of Warhammer Quest Cursed City. Let's quickly take a look at the back of this before we get into here. So, exciting stuff. We've got some really nice looking miniatures in here. We've got some lovely little tiles and stuff. I mean, this thing just looks great. So I'm going to be painting all these guys up, assembling them, all that kind of stuff. The only bad thing about when you get one of these kind of games is the fact you have to assemble all these miniatures, and it's going to take you a couple of hours to do this. So you can't play this off the bat, guys. And if you're like me and you actually want something to look half decent, then it's going to take you a while to even play this properly, because you're going to have to paint all these guys up. So we'll see how we go, and if you stay tuned to my Instagram, you'll see all of the images of the miniatures as I go. I'm no professional painter, as you will see if you've seen any of my miniatures before, but I'm not terrible, so there we go. Okay, so let's take a look. So, nothing but some strange marks in here. Okay, we got a little arrow there, so we know which way is up there. Okay, cool. So straight away we've got our sprues of miniatures. So we'll be cutting these up, and the dark grey are for the bad guys, and the light grey is for the heroes. So we've got Radikar the Wolf here. I think that's his name. He's the main bad guy. Got some heroes here on this sprue, and some more heroes on here. And I nearly snapped this arrow. I would not have been very happy if I'd done that then. So yeah, very careful when you're cutting these things out. And then we've got a bunch of enemy kind of sprues to do here as well. So, okay, then we have a lovely little sheet here. Serves, I'm not sure what purpose. Maybe to put behind so that you can take some pictures of. But if you look at this, it's damaged from where these the miniatures have been, which that kind of sucks. So give you this nice little thing, but mine is yeah, mine's damaged. What a shame. Okay, so we've got a rule book in here, and well, we've got all the books in here, including how to assemble them, which is pretty good. So let's just open these up and see what books we have. Okay, cool. So the first book of the evening is Cursed City, the rulebook. Got a reference on the back, which is pretty good. You have got around 40 pages of rules here. Now in Blackstone Fortress, you had like a one book which was like a start here kind of book, but I don't think we have. Yeah, we don't have that here. So let's have a quick look through the rulebook. So all the components, lovely artwork in here, and you've got the miniatures, what they should look like when they're all painted up in here as well, and they do look really good. If I can get them look half as good, that guy's not going to look anything like that, I know from the offset, because I don't have the skill or the tools for it. But yeah, goes through everything you need to know about this. So hopefully this will be pretty easy to pick up and play. I'm sure I'll make a ton of mistakes when I'm doing this. But yeah, so hefty rulebook there with references on the back. Okay, next we've got this, which is how to assemble your miniatures, which is very handy. So it tells you how to assemble, what goes where. Doesn't seem to have a painting guide, which is a shame. Just has images of what they should look like when they are painted. But yeah, so that's your assembly guide. Tell you how to make all these different guys. I think there's around 80 miniatures in this game, so you really do need to know. And we got wall scrolls. So if you want to play Warhammer Age of Sigmar, you can basically just use these guys in there using these wall scrolls. And we got some artwork here in the middle to break up the bad guys. Yeah, okay, so you got all that. If you understand anything about Age of Sigmar, then that probably means more to you than does me. And then we have the quest book. Now, I don't really want to do any spoilers here, because yeah, I might come across these, but so yeah, this is a quest book. It's a companion to the Cursed City rulebook, detailing the hero's first quest into the doomed city of Wolfenkhan. If you haven't already, open the rulebook and read the introduction to the game there. So yeah, so these are basically stories we're gonna uncover. So I'm not gonna go through that, but there is a ton of stuff in here. Like you got a lot of information there, so that's pretty cool. We have a sealed envelope. Wolfenkhan in Peril envelope. Do not open until the final assault decapitation journey has been completed. So once you've finished, open this up and then something else will happen. We've got an advertisement here for the Warhammer Quest novel, which if you get the hardcover version of this, you would get the card for one of the another hero that's in the book. But I think they sold out in like no time at all. And we got a little errata here. So yeah, don't follow, when you're gluing together your dwarf, don't do what they say in the book. You got to follow this. Glad I saw that. Okay, so then we've got a ton of cards in here. And the abilities for the characters. So let me just get into this. Oh, okay, so let's go through this first. Let's go to our heroes. So, Octron Glimscry. So we've got two sides to all of these characters. And we've got our Wolfenkhan in Peril thing here. This is our tracker for the entire game. And we're going to be taking out people as the game goes on from, Radikar's forces. But yeah, everyone's got their own, this is their own card here. And what we're going to do is going to roll in dice, put the dice on here, and we're going to spend those dice on doing the things listed here and down there. We got the speed over here, what kind of dice they roll for agility, defense, and vitality. We got somewhere for carried items on here, and armor and weapon there as well. And yeah, at some point they can actually become inspired, and they go on the other side, which means their stats are slightly increased. So yeah, so that's Octron Glimscry there. And there's also a section at the top for the traits. I didn't see that. So you've got that person. We've got Captain Imelda Braskov. We have arguably the best miniature in here, Jelson Darak, who's like a disgraced witch hunter, I believe. We got Qualathis, the Exile. I'm probably saying that wrong, but yeah, she looks pretty cool. Brutog, Corpse Eater. Glorio van Elton III. Dagnai Holdenstock. And finally, Cleona Zeitengale. So there you good guys. So you've got 8 characters you can play the game with. And then the bad guys, this is their normal size. So we have the Ulfenwatch, who are your basic skeletal monsters. And how this works, it tells you all their stats on here. And when you're rolling to move, you roll this once and you basically move the whole kind of force of this Ulfenwatch to do whatever it says here, which is better because like when you played, not better, but it's different to Blackstone Fortress. In Blackstone Fortress, the other side of the card has a bunch of information on there. You'd roll a dice for every single unit. They all do different things. And it was quite fun, but it did take a long time to get through rounds because of that. So this time we've got an empowered side on there. So yeah, that's the Ulfenwatch. Look pretty cool. So skeletal monsters there. We have bat swarms, corpse rats, deadwalker zombies. Now these were quite controversial in the various forums I'm involved in because people were like, "Oh, these zombies look terrible." If I'm honest, I really like what they've done with these zombies because I've got a ton of zombie games and all the zombies look fairly similar. And they could have just gone for the regular zombie, but they've actually tried something different here. And do you know what? I quite like it. It's quite interesting. Whether mine will look as good as that, well, we both know the answer to that. But yeah, I'll be interested to see how they look. And we've got Vrykos Bloodborne. I think he's one of the main bad guys. We got the Kasagi Night Guard. Vargskier, it's a massive vampire bat thing. We have Watch Captain Halgrim, Torgillus the Chamberlain, Gorslav, the Gravekeeper, and of course the main boss, Radakar the Wolf. So that's all the kind of character cards and behavior cards there. We've got a bunch of cards here. I don't know what any of this stuff does, guys, but I do. These are initiative cards, I believe. Maybe. Yes, maybe just that. These are initiative cards. So you use these when you're actually choosing who's going to be going in combat, in which order. We've got some traits here. So this is how you level up in the game. Depending on which level you are, you get different traits. And then we have our discovery cards. I don't really want to go into here too much detail because I don't want to spoil it for myself playing the game. But yeah, you get a ton of those. We've got another deck of cards here. I'll just get into those. Okay, so I've managed to get in here with the help of a knife, but it's still very tricky. There we go. Okay, so we've got a ton of cards in here. Not quite sure what these cards are. Some empowerment cards there, exploration cards. And yeah, I don't really want to show off too much of this because I don't want to spoil any of it for me. But we've got empowerment cards and encounter cards and exploration cards. Encounter cards basically tell you whichever level you are, tells you what you're going to be coming across. Empowerment cards give you some special weapons and stuff. And exploration give you different things, ways to set out your map and stuff, which is quite cool. So you get those cards as well. We spoke about these. We spoke about this. You get a bunch of bases, and there's a big one out there, and some more bases here. So you've got a ton of little guys you're going to have to build. So you need all those bases. Now, what's important to know about this is these are push fit. So you don't have to be some magical expert at putting these things together because they should be pretty easy. You just clip them together, and they should just go in fairly easy. You will need some glue for this game, but yeah, there's a bit of setup beforehand, but should be okay. Then we've got the dice themselves, and the dice are kind of separated in some different types here. So we've got the white dice. These are activation dice. So when you're playing this game, you're going to have your kind of character card there. You're going to roll your dice, and you're going to pull these dice like this in here. And you've also got destiny dice, which was straight from Blackstone Fortress. In the very beginning of the game, you're going to beginning of the round. Basically, you roll the dice. Any like duplicates or triplets, they get put to one side. But these two, because they were unique, you can use those as part of anybody's turn. You can spend those to activate different things. So that's a pretty cool little mechanic. We got D12 here, which is used for the behavior table. And then the actual dice themselves, they have two different, they have three different sides. They have blank sides. The D6 is the worst dice. So they got blank, they got a hit, and they've got a critical. And if you're rolling multiple dice, you only get to choose the best result from one of those dice. And we've got the red dice, which are the best, and we've got the blue dice, which are the kind of mediumist. So yeah, that's all the dice we've got there, which is pretty much everything now, because all we have now is just the tiles themselves, and we have all the tokens at the bottom, but we are going to get those out anyway. Oh, and right at the bottom, we have a ton of different baggies in here, which it's a bit of a shame that they've not done what they did with Blackstone Fortress, where they had lovely artwork on one side of these, but this time, none of that, just plain plastic baggies, which is perfectly fine. They're perfectly suitable for our purposes here, and this is mainly so you can save your information. So all the exploration cards and stuff you use, you can put to one side, and you can keep all of your armor and carry items and that kind of thing in the one place. So let me just try and get into these tiles now, which are also proving a bit difficult. So let's get this off. Okay, so we've got this here is basically our kind of round tracker. We've got a ton of tokens on here. I believe that these things represent your characters, and you'll basically put these on your characters, and they reference the initiative tracker. So bunch of tokens here, wounds here. The other side have obviously got their grievous wounds. So that's a regular wound, the grievous wound on the other side. We've got the buried conditions, so different conditions come on here as well. We have the grave tide, which is like a horrible thing that comes to get you. And then the tiles themselves look really nice, like lovely artwork there. Some people were very disappointed that they didn't do 3D scenery with this game, but you can definitely pick this up, like 3D scenery for this, from various different outlets. But yeah, really nice, all double-sided tiles. Some really nice kind of thematic illustrations on here as well, which is lovely. So yeah, really cool. I'm really impressed with that. They've got doorways. I will probably use my zombie side doors for this. And yeah, that's everything you get in Curse City. So for me, I'm really excited about this. I've heard kind of mixed reviews about the game, actually. Some people have said it's amazing. Other people have said, oh, it's not as good as Blackstone Fortress. And other people have just been left underwhelmed from this. But I'm coming here with a quite positive attitude, and hopefully I will enjoy getting into this. And if you guys enjoy it, then let me know, and we will probably do a run-through of this entire game on the channel. And I'll get Jamie and Will involved, and we'll see how they feel the multiplayer is. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe to our various different areas. So obviously YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And yeah, stay tuned to Instagram, because I'll be posting all the pictures of the miniatures as I paint them on there. And until next time, guys, stay safe and keep rolling.